Okay, let's see if I can get some footage of this. So this bracket was secured to this plate and wrapped around this pipe. So I've removed that out of the way. So now I can see the alternator. Now, in order to get the belt off the alternator, what you need to do is loosen this bolt down here, which will allow it to pivot, because it's secured with a bolt here, and there's a groove. So you can see that. Yeah, that groove there is for tensioning the belt. So you just rotate the alternator backwards and forwards depending on where you want it to be. Once you've loosened that, you can then take the belt off and make a note of where it attaches down here, because it also joins up to one of the pulleys down the bottom there. The one at the front, I think. The reason we have to take off the alternator belt, although it's in good condition, is because the belt I'm changing is behind it. So once you've got the belt free, you can then loop it over the fan and then remove it. Okay, so that's the alternator belt, which is looking in quite good condition. So we won't be I think that was actually replaced while the other ones weren't. Hopefully the other ones will be the same size. Now, in terms of tensioning, you want to do a similar thing here, because the water pump is also pivots on. Let's have a look. One of those bolts will need to be loosened, and then this bolt is used to change the position of the air pump, the water pump. So what you want to do is make a note of where it's been secured. You can usually tell by the amount of dirt that's on a particular area, and that will rotate the water pump down this way, and then you'll be able to loosen the belt that you're replacing, loop that over the fan, and then you can refit that. Now there are diagrams online saying what the belt routing is, but if you make a note just before you take it off of where it's connecting to, then it shouldn't be a problem. Once we've loosened that bolt, we can then push the air pump, the water pump down, and that will allow us to remove the belt that needs replacing, which is, as you can see, the outer one. So let's get that off. That's what the belt currently looks like. And that's what it should look like. I don't know if that's ever been replaced, but that's pretty bad. I mean, if that goes, you're looking at, I mean, this has taken me nearly an hour to do. You don't want to be doing that by the side of the road. So check your belts regularly, make sure they're in a good condition. Now we're going to whack this back on, and hopefully that will stop the screeching sound. Okay, so that was hard work. So this pulley is, I don't know, maybe that can be a little bit tighter. And I also wasn't happy with the tension on this belt, which drives the power steering down there. So I changed that as well while I was at it. This one's handy because it doesn't go round the fan. Just pop it off, pop it on, although it was quite tight. It's still slipping a bit actually, that one. So I'm going to tighten this bolt up some more, much as I can, and then secure the pivot bolts, and then we should be done. Okay, happy with that now. You don't want to over tighten it. See how there is more of a gap there than there was before? I suspect that the previous person over tightened, and I think that's what contributed to the destruction of the previous belt. So now I'm going to refit the alternator belt, so I need to loop that down there onto the crankshaft. It's down there somewhere, and then that's going to loop over the fan, and then that's going to loop back over the alternator, and then I'll just put this bracket back on, and then we're done, and then get it up and running and see if it's working better.